Today we examine one of the most disturbing cases to emerge from the UK childcare sector in recent years. On March 16, 2026, at Bristol Crown Court, 30-year-old Nathan Bennett was sentenced to an extended determinate sentence of 30 years for sexually abusing very young children in his care. The judge described him as an incorrigible and dangerous paedophile and evil. This is the story of a profound betrayal of trust that has left families devastated and raised urgent questions about safeguarding in nurseries. Nathan Bennett, from Corston near Bath, worked as an early years practitioner at Pardew King Street Nursery in Bristol. He began employment there in 2024. The nursery provided care for young children, including toddlers as young as 2. Bennett had access to vulnerable boys aged 2 and 3, children who were too young to fully communicate what was happening to them. Concerns first arose in early 2025. Parents and staff noticed unusual behaviour from Bennett. An investigation by Avon and Somerset Police was launched in February 2025 after reports of suspicious conduct. Bennett was arrested in August 2025. The police investigation uncovered evidence of serious sexual offences, including footage and other material the detectives described as sickening. In February 2026, Bennett stood trial at Bristol Crown Court. A jury convicted him on 8 charges, 2 counts of rape of a child under 13, 4 counts of sexual assault of a child under 13, and 2 counts of sexual assault by penetration of a child under 13. These offences related to 5 boys. Prior to the trial, he had already admitted to 13 additional sexual offence charges against 4 of those boys, bringing the total to 21 offences. The prosecution emphasised that Bennett's crimes involved significant planning and grooming, even in such a short window of opportunity during nursery routines. On sentencing day, March 16, 2026, Judge William Hart addressed Bennett directly in court. He called the offences every parent's nightmare and stated that Bennett had exploited his position of trust in the most horrific way. The judge highlighted the premeditated nature of the abuse and the lasting trauma inflicted on the victims and their families. Bennett received an extended determinate sentence, 24 years in custody, followed by 6 years on extended licence. This means he must serve at least 2/3 of the custodial term, around 16 years, before being eligible for parole consideration. If he breaches licence conditions after release, he could be returned to prison to serve the full 30 years. In victim impact statements read in court and released through solicitors like Lee Day, representing 12 affected families, parents spoke of profound heartbreak. One family statement described the devastation and lifelong effects on their child. Many parents reported they had flagged concerns about Bennett earlier, raising questions about why stronger action wasn't taken sooner. The case has shocked the community and prompted renewed calls for robust vetting, supervision, and whistleblower protections in childcare settings. This wasn't just an isolated incident of abuse, it was a systematic exploitation by someone in a role meant to protect and nurture. The victims were toddlers, at an age when they are entirely dependent on adults for safety. The betrayal is compounded because nurseries are places where parents leave their children with the reasonable expectation of care, not harm. Avon and Somerset Police and the Crown Prosecution Service stressed the thoroughness of the investigation and the bravery of those who came forward. Detective Inspector Lucy Ford, who led aspects of the probe, spoke of the difficult material officers had to review, underscoring the gravity of what was uncovered. Pardew, the nursery operator, has faced scrutiny, though no criminal charges against the organisation have been reported as of now. The focus remains on supporting the affected families and preventing future failures in safeguarding. Experts in child protection note that cases like this highlight vulnerabilities, limited CCTV in intimate care areas, reliance on staff self-reporting, and the challenge of detecting abuse when victims cannot verbalize it. Calls for mandatory enhanced training, better ratios, and anonymous reporting channels have grown louder. The family's statement after sentencing, via their legal team, expressed mixed emotions, relief at the lengthy sentence, but ongoing pain and anger over what happened. They described Bennett as a monster who preyed on the most innocent. Many parents have spoken publicly about the guilt they feel for trusting the system and the fear that lingers when dropping off other children elsewhere. This case echoes other high-profile UK childcare abuse scandals, reminding society that predators can hide behind qualifications and references. It reinforces the need for constant vigilance from regulators like Ofsted, to employers, to parents themselves. Bennett showed no remorse in court and was remanded in custody immediately after conviction. He now begins what will likely be decades behind bars. As this chapter closes in the courtroom, the real work continues: healing for the victims, accountability for any systemic lapses, and reforms to ensure no child endures such horror again. The sentence of 30 years sends a clear message that such crimes will face severe punishment, but no sentence can undo the damage. If you or someone you know has been affected by similar issues, support is available through organisations like the NSPCC in the UK or local child protection services. Thank you for listening. This has been a difficult story, but shining a light on it is essential for prevention and justice.